Um, so I wanted to talk a little bit about Apple replacing their iPhone batteries. So I
Yeah.
told the listeners a few weeks ago in our podcast that I was getting excited to switch out the battery on my iPhone. I have an iPhone SE. I bought it 2 years ago. And actually, the batteries held up pretty good, but it got kind of to the point where after about 8 hours, it would start to complain. And I'd
Mm-hmm.
have to start charging it in my car every time I did my commute. And so Apple had this really great incentive where if you brought your phone in and if it was one of the models affected, which mine was, you could replace the battery, which is normally like a $90 thing for 29 bucks. And so I had it replaced and it's just like a new phone. It's going to last another 2 years. In my opinion, the iPhone SE, which has the same innards as the iPhone 6S,
Yep.
is fast enough for everything. I mean, it's LG, it's 4G LTE. The processor is fast enough that it can run all the games I want to do.
So you're talking
Um,
about the 10e or the 10XR?
no, no, my phone
Oh,
is
the
the
one that you have.
iPhone SE. Yeah, so I'm just kind of bragging about how I got 2 more years of life out of this, or else I would have had
Yeah.
to purchase the XR, which we can talk
Yeah.
about in a little. I think it's way overpriced. And so, yeah, for 29 bucks, I basically got a new phone for 2 more years. Now, when this originally happened, I kind of figured that, Apple was going to be kicking themselves. And look at what happened to their stock over the past month. It's
Oh,
just
it's
it
yeah.
dropped like terribly.
Yeah, but
Not
you know what?
necessarily.
All tech
uh,
stocks dropped.
yeah, and there was a lot of things affecting the market. However, listen to these numbers. Did you know that Apple replaced 11 million batteries last year? And
Wow.
normally they only replace usually less than a million. So they
Yeah.
replace 10 million more batteries than they normally would have. Because nobody wants to shell out $100 for a new battery, but are you going to
Yeah.
shell out 29? Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So they lost a ton of money, even from me, and I'm a tech
Yeah,
enthusiast.
in
I love
resales.
new phones. I
Yeah,
love
new
new
phones.
technology. If you're listening to this or watching this and you have a cool phone you want me to try out, I would love to. I love phones. But if it's $29 and it's going to make it last another 2 years, yes, please.
Absolutely. I did the same thing back when Samsung had swappable batteries. And it is, Dan. It's like having a new phone. It suddenly breathes new life. It seems to work faster, but it really is when the battery doesn't hold a charge for a full day that you really just start hating it. And then when it gets shorter and shorter and shorter, it's more and more frustrating. And so 2 more years, absolutely. Get 2 more years out of that phone and enjoy it. And thank you, Apple. And remember, it all came because of the conspiracy that Apple was slowing down phones so that the batteries would appear to last longer.
That's right. And thank you to that conspiracy theorist. Maybe the
Yeah.
same people that thought that the US never landed on the moon.